Hello, hello! I'm back again with another little quickie, little holiday present special. The Hygge slippers. I love making these. I've been making them for years. They're so easy and quick to make. Bulky yarn, so it's just takes no time at all. I'm using this Icelandic wool, bulky wool, but you can use whatever, and it's perfect for scraps. And you can even just combine a few if you have like DK. You can just use a double or triple. So I'm going to show you today how to make from start to finish this quick little slipper. And the pattern is out as well. It comes in 3 sizes in bulky, but then you can go for adults, but then you can go up and down in sizes. Where did this go? For example, look at these, how cute. So these are the small size in DK yarn, no, in Aran. And these are the large size in DK, so you can really go up and down in these. And I'm going to show you today as well how to, these are the large ones, and I'm going to show you today as well how to felt them, or just talk about it a bit, because you just do it in the what's it called, the washing machine. So, and I'm going to also show you how to put leather on the other side, which makes them really proper and nice, and makes for such a beautiful gift when you do that. I'm just using scraps of leather. You can thrift it or whatever. I have some stash of old leather here that I just use for this. I show the whole thing in the tutorial today. And then I've been adding these little cross stitch motifs. I think it's so cute. It does so much for them. And in the pattern, I've included a few of small motifs like these to make. I really love these. I haven't included in the video today how to do the cross stitches. I'm going to do that next, so that'll just be a little extra video. But in the meantime, you can make them like this, and you can either just leave them like this, so they're like little socks, or you can put the leather and then they're more like slippers, and you can felt them. You can do some extra. So much fun, such fun, such fun. So all you need is a 6.5mm hook and some bulky yarn, and oh, let's go, let's make some slippers. Woohoo! Okay, it's time for the Hygge slippers. So today I'm going to show you how to make these. These are so quick and fun. I love making these. Been doing it for years and years. So the original version is in bulky weight yarn. Like for example, Loppi, Alfons Loppi. This is some old stuff. It says Reynolds Loppi. It was something I think made for America by the East Tex, but it's the same. It's any type of bulky yarn and a 6.5mm hook. Here is one version that I did for my son here with some scraps. I had some green scraps here, and then just did the rest white. I still have to felt these because they turned out a little bit big. So the pattern comes in 3 sizes, and basically you can then make loads of more sizes by going up and down in yarn. Okay, so the original one here is in bulky weights, and those give you like adult sizes from 36/4 to 43/4, something like that. This one here is the large one, for example, and after I felted it, it was a bit big before felting it, and after felting it, it shrinks a bit, and now it's like a 42. This one here is also large, but made in DK yarn and with a 4.5mm hook. So this is like 32, size 32 or something like that. It will fit like a 6-year-old, something like that. So this is large in DK and large in bulky, and you see the difference of size, and even I've felted these here. And then this here is small in Aran weight with a 5mm hook, and that would fit like a 2-year-old. So, and I'm included in the pattern, like I did this whole research on sizes of shoes, and I put in like big old tables of all the sizes that you would want, both in US and UK. and euro and in inches and centimeters, what have you, so that you can really, because I'm going to show you once we start, it's so easy to make these longer or shorter, because it's just a crazy easy pattern. So basically what we do is we start with the back, the heel piece here, and then we work the shoe straight onto that, first in rows here, and then we join here and do it in the rounds. And now I'm adding this detail here of leaving one loop here actually, which is nice. So yeah, let's get to it. So everybody can get their Hygge slippers made for Christmas. This is going to be my Christmas present this year for everybody. And and at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to do the soles as well. The leather soles, they do add a really, really nice touch, I must say. Off we go. Okay, off we go. I'm gonna make these in this beautiful blue. I've had for ages. Maybe I'll finish them up with the white actually to make some embroidery. Let's see. So we start by making the heel piece. I already made one. I usually start by making both of them, and then I feel like I'm ahead. I've already started the second slipper once, once I finish the first, before I finish the first. Okay, so what we're gonna do, this is a very simple little piece. So let us go here, probably just in one take or something. Okay, we make our slip knots and we start, and this is the same for all sizes at the beginning, it's just the length of it that changes. We're gonna make the medium size here now. So we start by chaining up 4 chains. And then we are, it's about to be here in the, and then we're gonna skip the first chain, of course, and make 3 single crochets in the first round. 1 and 2 and 3. Whoops. There we go. And we are turning here at the end of each round. Okay, I'm just gonna, sorry. Yeah, that's better now. I'm all in the frame here. Okay, what was I doing? We just finished the first round. And we have 3 single crochets. And then row, Tinna, row, Jesus. And then we turn, and now we're gonna do promptly a increase, and we're gonna work 2 single crochets into the first stitch here. You can do a chain here to turn, but I kind of like it better when you don't. But if you want, you can do a turning chain. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so we do 1 and 2 into the first stitch, and then 1 into the second, and 2 into the third. Oops, stitch here under both loops always. It doesn't want to happen there. I gotcha. 1 and 2 here. So after row 2 we have 5 stitches, and now we're going to work just a couple of rows, just the 5 stitches. So we turn and we work 5 single crochets in rows 3 to 4, just 1 single crochet into each stitch. And when you don't do the turning chain, it is a bit muddly to get into that last single crochet there, but nothing that we can't manage. Okay, that's 5 for row 3, and row 4 is again 5 single crochets. Okay, and we are going to put a little stitch marker here in row 4, because that is where we start working the slipper on the heel piece when we continue. It's just easier to put it now when you don't have to count it later and just know where it is. Okay, so we put a little stitch marker here at the end of row 4. Okay, in row 5 we're going to do a little bit of increase again. So we're going to work 2 stitches into our first stitch. That's 2 single crochets into the first stitch, and then we do 3 single crochets, 1 and 2 and 3, each into its own loop. Oops. And into the last stitch we are going to make 2 again. So now we've increased from 5 stitches up to 7. Oops, hvað að gerast hérna? Okay, whoopala. 1 and 2. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to work a few rows just without any increase. So, so we're going to work from 6 to 14 here now, just 1 single crochet into each stitch. Okay, I'm just going to show you the first one. I mean, I don't even have to, but still, we're here together. We're in this together. 1 and 2. If in doubt, remember, check on the other side because you can't always see, so you get onto both loops. 3, 4, 5, 6, and oops, don't want to go into too many either. There we go. Oh, it's such fun to work with bulky weights. Okay, and now we have 6 rows done, and I'm just going to show you how you count them also. They form like a little blocks, like this is 2, 4, 6. You can maybe better see it here on this side. So if you turn it like this, then you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. You see? So they form like in 2s. I think it's best to count them in 2s. So you have to do it from this side. If you do it from this side, then you have 1 and then 2, 4, 6, and then 1 at the end. Okay, so we have 6 here now. I'm going to do up to 14. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. So that's 8 more that I'm going to do, and then I'm back with you. Okay, so I've done here 14 rows, and as you can see, it's very easy to count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. Right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And here from the other side, you sort of start to first. This is 1, and then 2, 4, and then ends with 1 here. Okay, but it's easier to count from this side, is what I mean. Okay, and on we go to row 15, and now we're going to do a little decrease. And so we're going to work 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets together. That just means we go into the next one and pull the yarn up, and then we go into the second one and pull the yarn up again, and then we just yarn over and pull them together like this. This is 2 single crochets together. Then we're going to work 1 single crochet here, and then again do 2 togethers. That's going in, get the yarn up, going into the next one, get the yarn up, get the yarn up again like so. Now you have 3 loops up on your hook, and go through all 3 of them like this. That's 2 single crochets together, and then we're going to work 1 single crochet here at the end. Okay, that was row 15 then. On to the last row. That's row 16 here in the medium size. We're just going to work 1 single crochet into each stitch. That's 5. We're back to having 5 stitches here again. 1, 3, and 4, and 5. Always going to both loops. And then we are going to cut the yarn. Just leave a little bit of tail, nothing extravagant. And I usually do 1 here just to secure it, and then we work over this tail. Okay, so now we have both our heel pieces done, and as you can see, they're sort of like oval shape. And the only difference in the other sizes, when you do the smaller size, then you just do 2 rows less here in the middle, and in the large one you do 2 rows more. That way we get more width on the slipper, you see, because we start working them now into this here, and the width here is like how many stitches we have on this side. But that's all explained in the pattern as well. but like you can see, it's very easy to adapt the sizes. Okay, heel piece is done. Whoop whoop, onto the slipper. Okay, so now we start working into the sides here. And remember how we put our stitch marker here in row 4? That is because in row 5, it's just easier to mark the stitch above. We're going to start here and we're going to insert our hook and we're going to fasten the yarn. So basically it's kind of, they lead you on here, the holes that are available in the border here, on the border stitches here. But I'll just show you where I go into. There's no, you know, exact right or wrong way, but I do always go into the same holes for some reason. So just leave a little bit of a tail here because we're just going to work over that. And we are here in row 5 then, and we're going to insert our hook and pull the yarn up and chain 1 just to fasten. And I'm going to work over a little tiny tail here. And we're going to start and we're going to work 11 single crochets here down all the side of it, okay? And we're going to start by making 1 single crochet into the same stitch as we joined our yarn into, like so. And then we just go, basically it's always in between and then here in the middle, you see? Okay, so that's 1 and, whoops, doesn't want to go through. Ooh, there we go, 2, 3, working over my tail. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 is just here, just right below sort of the first stitch here off the bottom, okay? That's 11. Let's just count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Okay. And now when we go over the bottom here, we're going to skip this first stitch and work just have to look a bit because it's different between the sizes. The medium is, yeah, skip the first and work 3 over the bottom, okay? And I'm going to work over my tail here at the same time. This one, and so we're going to skip this one and we're going to go into these 3 here in the middle. Skip the first and the last there. Basically we're just making it more round there for the heel, okay? So that's 1 and 2 and, oops, sorry. See, there we go, and 3, okay? And tuck a little bit of our tail here. And now we're going to continue and work 11 up the other side, okay? And we start here just above the first one. Here's the first, I think. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Oh, no, we went into this one for the 11 is here. Okay, so I was thinking I did something wrong here at the beginning. Again, like I said, there's nothing wrong or right where you go, but you obviously want to end here at the same bit as we did. So we're supposed to work end here. So I'm going to skip the one here at the bottom. Okay. So just, you know, you have to just make them. You could also do the 11, like the 12, and then take it out, but I'm a bit square like that. So we're not going to go here. We're going to start by going here. Yes. Very good, very good, very good. Pull at that. Okay, let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11 lengths here in the middle as it should. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, like it's just a matter of getting the right stitch count, and again, like one stitch more or less is not going to affect us very much because these are very simple slippers, but I'm obviously going to show you how it's supposed to be done according to the pattern, but you know, fudging is totally an option here. So we have now 11 plus 11, that's 22 plus 3, we have 25 stitches in this row here. And off we go. Okay, so now we're really on to the smooth part. From now here for the next 10 rows, we're just going to work these 25 stitches just back and forth, okay? So I'm just going to show you the first one. We just turn here. Again, I do not like the chain here at the end. If you want to, you can make a turning chain, but I do think it's neater when you don't and just power through. So we go into the first one here, and we're just going to be working one single crochet into each and every stitch. So this is so nice to work on, you guys. Oh my God, it's so easy. It's the perfect TV project. You really don't have to really think at all. It's very, very user-friendly, I think we can say, this pattern. Okay, I didn't work very much over my tail there, so I'm gonna pick it up and work a bit more over it. Just gonna put it here and work that in here. There are hardly any ends at the end that you have to work over anything. Okay, so it's just one single crochet into each row. I'm doing the medium size here, which is sort of like, should be around 39 or 40, which is like, these are for me actually, or hopefully if I don't give them away. So I use 39, but I'm gonna felt these and then they shrink a little. So if you're gonna felt, then you can go up a size. Okay, here's the last one. Okay, so that was round 2, row 2. Oh my God, Jesus Lord. Okay, so I just want to show you, this here is what will be the outer side then of your heel. And now we're just continuing working forward here. And it's a total of 11 rows here before we join, and you see the first one is here, worked straight into the heel, and then the second one is here, and I'm going to go ahead and make what, 9 more, because it's a total of 11. Yeah, 9 more, and then I'll get back to you and we'll join it into a circle. So now we're working here this back and forth always, you see, just and keeping this part open here for the foot obviously, and then we're going to join it here. Okay, I'm going to finish these here up to 11 and then I get back to you. Okay, so I finished my 11 rows here. As you can see, this here is the first one, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, plus 1 here is 11. And now we are going to join it into a circle, okay? And I'm going to change colors here. You don't have to change colors if you don't want to. I think they're both cute when you do them just in one color. And also, but usually, like back in the day, I would always make these in 2 colors, but you can go both ways. But I'm just going to show you a little trick if you, well, you do the same actually if you're changing colors or not, but it's just fun to see how it is in the changing colors. And it is obviously very good for scraps when you're using more colors. So I have like these scraps here are white that I'm going to use for this. Okay, so joining into the round here. So we finished the last stitch here just normally with this color here, and I'm just gonna break the yarn. Okay, and we are going to join into a circle by inserting our hook into the border stitch here on the other side. You see, this is like this. On the other side here, we're gonna go under both loops here, and we can do this later as well, but it's just nicer when you're working to have this bit tight here. The last stitch, and now just have a little tail. We're going to work over it, and we're going to join with a slip stitch, okay, under both loops here on the other side, you see, and we're going to join with the new color and a slip stitch like so. Okay, and so basically this here will be the last stitch. We're going to work into the slip stitch in this round here now. And now we're just gonna, you can chain one, you don't really have to. And now we just work straight into, in this first round, I want to work into the back loop, only just to get this little extra detail here. You don't have to, but I think it's nice. Like, I didn't do it on this one, and you will see the difference. It's a bit neater when you do it into the back loop only. And we go straight here, either do a chain or not. I think I'm not doing chains, doesn't really matter. And we're going to work over a tail, and into the back loop here of the next stitch, we're going to start working our single crochets, okay? So that's one, and it's 25 single crochets. The first one goes into the first stitch there after the slip stitch, after we join. And the last of the 25, no, split the yarn. The last of the 25 will go into the slip stitch. I'll show you that at the end of the round. So from now on, we're working it all in the round. And this first round, back loop only, just to get that little extra detail there. It's so nice. La 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 la. Okay, on we go. It's not really. I think I'll just power through and talk to the end of the round, so I can show you how to finish it off there. Make it all in one take. I absolutely love being able to use my wool scraps, my bulky wool scrap. I have so much of this. This is very, I think, traditional yarn to work with in Iceland. We make great big woolly sweaters from this bulky weight yarn. So nice and comfy. No, oh Jesus. Camera went rogue there. Okay, I was just saying it's so nice to work with this bulky woolly yarn. Just lovely. Okay, now we're almost here at the join. Don't sweat it, even if it's a bit like drawn out like this. Now we're just going to, I'm gonna just go a few stitches back because I'm gonna work over the tail there as well. I am a sucker for working over all the tails right from the get-go. Okay, so now when we're almost here finished, what I have like 8 stitches left or something, then I'm gonna pull at this and I'm gonna work over this tail here when I finish these last stitches here of the first round in the round, and just work over that, and do leave a bit of a tail here. Don't work over all of the tail because we want to be able to tuck at it later to make it neat there at the join. Okay, because we're kind of cheating a bit here at the join. Now we're going from back and forth and to the round, so we need to make a smooth transition. Smooth operator. Okay, last one of the normal stitches is here. That's 24 stitches, and then the last one of the round, we're just going to do it in the back loop here of the slip stitch we did, yeah? So this is 25. And now we can both tuck here at this one and make it a bit smaller, and we can also tuck here. Oh, I went over all the tail. Where is it? No tail. Okay, well, that's how it is then. Okay, and so now once we finished here, we've done the first one in the round. We're going to do 10 rounds more, just one into each and every stitch. So now we just start and go into the first single crochet here we did. See, it's fine. We don't really need a chain there or anything. I think it's neater not to do the chain. Something was telling me not to. And now we're going to work into both loops. And for the rest of the slipper, we're going to work into both loops. And now it's just one single crochet into each and every stitch, both loops, until you have a total of, again, 11 stitches here. And again, it is so easy to adjust the size to make more or less rows here in the beginning, and then more or less rounds here. And you can use, I'm so very proud of the measurement tables that I did in the pattern. So you can use that to see how many centimeters or inches are in each shoe size. So if you know the shoe size of the person you're making it for, then you can go by that and just measure along the way. Okay, but we're going to do 11 according to the medium size here, and I'm going to continue, and then I'll get back to you with we're going to continue like so, here, and then we do the decrease together. Hey, oh, let's go. Okay, so I went ahead and did the 10 more rounds here, and I have 11. When you're counting them, you just start here at the white. This one is the first, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And remember to start from this side because, well, it doesn't matter really. On both sides we have now 11. And I just stop somewhere here in the center, like it's not a big deal if it's exactly on the center, okay? So once we finished with this here now, maybe I could see how long it is for you as well. So it's nice to have measurements to go with it. So the white part here now is 10 centimeters. That is 4 inches. I'm getting so good at inches. And again, you can do it longer or shorter. Like once you finish here, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Like we have like maybe 5 centimeters. How long is this here? Yeah, it's about 5 centimeters, 2 inches. What it adds while we do the decrease. Okay, and the decrease is very simple. We're just gonna go do this in go here. And this is so quick and easy, nice. Okay, so now we do the decrease and close of the slippers at the toe. And we're gonna start by doing a repeat of 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 single crochets worked together. Okay. 1 and 2, just like before. Remember when we did 2 together? Like so. Now we have decreased 1 stitch, right? And again, we just do 3 singles. Do take care to make it tight after both when you do the 2 together and after it. We have worked into this one, 1 and 2 and 3, and then we do 2 together. Up, 1. Oops, 2 and 3. And 2 together. Absolutely love using all of these like scruffy looking half skeins here that I have. It's almost felted in the in the skein. This is so old. Oh, get so joy from using scraps, I swear it. Okay, we just did 2 together, so now then we're gonna do 3. 1, 2, 3, and again 2 together. 1 and 2, and close them together like so, and then we do 1, 2, 3. And finish here with 2 together. We're here at the middle again. So basically you do this repeat 5 times. So we have decreased now 5 stitches, right? Okay, because it's a repeat of 5 stitches and we have 25, so it's 5 times that. And now come just 2 rounds that are just 1 stitch, 1 single crochet into each stitch. For the smallest size, I just do 1 round here without decrease, but for the larger 2 sizes I do 2 rounds here. Just 1 single crochet into each stitch. It's funny, like I always go back to like when the first thing my grandmother taught me how to knit were socks, and I still mainly make socks and hats and some very simple sweaters when I knit. But I always go back to that. And, you know, there was no pattern or anything. She just taught me how to make socks. And I just remembered, and I've been doing them ever since. This must have been, I don't know how old that was, maybe 10, 11, something like that. And so I always go back to that same formula she gave me when doing decreases. Oh, it's good to just think of her. I'm keeping her legacy alive. Very lucky to have had such talented women teach me. Such talented women in my family to teach me. Oh, and I haven't taught the boys. Such a horrible mother. I'm very patient with everybody except them. I swear, it's just awful. Okay, we're on to round 2 here. Just once we go over the middle part here. We're on to round 2 here with no increases. This is a very simple formula for the, no, not increase, decrease. Jesus, þetta ekki hægt sko. Always mix these up. Row and rounds and increase and decrease. Okay, but we're doing neither now, so it's okay. Oh, these work up so quickly. Love making these. I'm gonna be making quite a few more now for Christmas. Okay, where are we? We have a few more stitches here to go to get to the middle. Let me just do it here. Sorry, I'm off screen. I'm looking at it on top of, not through the camera now. Okay, where are we at? Almost here at the middle, maybe a couple of more stitches. And again, this does not have to be like totally in the middle. I would say we're in the middle here. And now we're gonna do more decrease. We're decreasing, we're taking out, okay? And before we did 3 single crochets and then 2 together. Now we're gonna do 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and 2 together. And this is the repeat for this round. 1, 2, and 2 together. Do, 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 do. 1, 2, and 2 together. So we're decreasing quite a lot here now. Rapidly. I kind of like it when it's sort of, you say in Spanish, boludo, it's like a bit like, not like a pointy toe or something. I want them to be like round, you know? So that's why we do a rather quick decrease, yes. Okay. Nei, heyrðu, Jesus, bitte. I was talking too much and then I forgot. No, I did them here together, okay. If you miss your count, like, and it's not the end of the world if you do like 3 in between or something, or 2 in between at one point or something. I mean, this is not, this is, you can fudge. This is fudge friendly. Okay, that's 1 and 2, and then 2 together, and I think I am now, no, 1 repeat more, and then we're at the center top again, 2 and 2 together. Okay, yep, we're at the top now. Okay. Yeah, I'd say so. And then there is the last round. And now we're just going to take it all together by doing, we're going to skip 1 stitch and do, well, we just did 2 here together. So I'm going to do 1 single crochet and then skip 1 stitch. And we want to do this nice and tight so there are no holes. Skip and 1 single. Worked into this one, skip this one, go into this one. And we do this the same for all the sizes. And it's just until, I'm gonna skip 1 and do 1 single crochet until we have just maybe 4 stitches left. Okay, skip and 1 single. Again, take care to do those tightly. We don't want any holes here. We don't have many stitches left, but I think I will do 1 more single crochet here. Skip and 1 single crochet. And then when you just have like 4 stitches left or something, try to show you here, you see here, then we're going to skip 1 and do 1 slip stitch. And I like to just go across. It's really difficult to go in from this side. You should probably, like, since we're working in a round, we should go in from this side, but it's just too difficult and no use. So we're gonna do 1 slip stitch here, whoops. Like so. No, I don't like this. I'm going to not skip 1 and I'm just gonna do the slip stitch in the next one actually. But like the pattern reads then, skip 1 and do 1 slip stitch until there are no stitches left. I'm gonna go to here and do one slip stitch, and then I'm gonna skip one up. You see it's almost like, yeah, now I'm gonna go in from the other side. Skip one and one slip stitch like so, and now it's all closed. And I do like to leave a bit of a longer tail here. Now we just yarn over and pull through, whoop-a, like so. And I do like to leave a long tail because sometimes you do get like tiny bits of holes here, and so now we can fix that once we weave in our ends. But this is now effectively done. And like, I think it's quite neat here, this way here. I mean, you do see this little stitch here, but when we stitch over this, the single crochet here over the opening here, then this will be hit this tiny little bit here of white. Otherwise the changing of the colors and the changing from back and forth and into the round is quite neat, I would say, like so. And as you can see, it's boludo, it's like a whoop, it's a very round here at the top. And now we just get the yarn here through to the other side, like so. We turn it inside out. So there are literally no ends here to weave in, except for this one, because this one we will work over it, and the other ones we've already worked over. Ah, la 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 la. Who's working for you? Okay, and this is what I like to call the love stitches. It's that extra when you finish and you're making it for people. And we're making it for the people we love, and we don't want any holes. So I'll just use this tail, because I have to weave in this end anyway, so I'll just use this tail to go a bit over here and make sure to secure the toe. It's the extra loving, it's the love stitch, because the love stitch is because it's the extra loving of making people we love handmade presents. So this is like the extra here, just so there's no cold coming in at any point. And it's always good to secure the toe a bit, because it's where there's most friction, you know. Okay, just a few, you know, just, and this is, but actually don't, you can't, oh, la 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 la, sorry. You can't just, you know, weave them in, not thinking about it, but we're already here, and we have the tail, so I think it's excellent to make use of this. Here's just a tiny little bit I want to, like so. And now there are no holes whatsoever here. And then we just cut the yarn, et voila. This one here is, we just tug at everything nicely. Just to be sure here with this one, I will work it in, because it's the one with the chain there at the top, so it is important that it holds very neat. I'm just gonna do a little extra stitching here, just to secure it a bit better. And we just cut all the ends. This is here also. So, and turn it inside out. Like so. Oh, I love these. They're so simple and nice. And so, whoop, there you go. This actually looks like it will fit me nicely without the, I mean, it depends also, because I made these here in the large size and they turned out so big. So I was thinking that this would be, but it's also, you know, you can get a skein that is a bit thicker than the other, but this looks just great. And then now there's just the final touch of working this here, and I'm going to get another color for that because it's nice. Okay, I found this dark blue. I think I'm going to maybe put a pink heart on this one. This dark blue here. You can use the same color. You can use the white or the blue or whatever. I like to have a different, like, add a little bit of detail here. Like you see, it's just gives that little bit of extra. So I usually go in with a different color. Here I went with the same color though, because they were so tiny. You see? So now to finish, I always like to start here where I put my little marker. So we start by inserting our hook here just on the corner here of where we started the shoe from the heel piece. Gunni. So we start by just, sorry, I got distracted there. Okay, we start by inserting our hook here, and we're going to pull our yarn up and just leave a little bit of a tail. We'll work over it. Like so, and do 1 chain here to fasten it. Okay, and then we're just going to do the same as when we on the heel here. We're just going to do 1 into each row. Okay, so just 1 single crochet here into each row of the beginning. And we go all the way around just for a nice finish. Like so. Okay, on we go. So it's 1 into each. And I'm working around my tail here. I can just drop that. It's always nice to, when you're working around your tails, to leave just a bit of an end here, because we do want to maybe sometimes tug at it to make the first stitch we did neater, okay? So it's always good to not go totally over it. Okay, and now when I get to this part here I do 1 single crochet, and then I like to do 2 single crochets together here in the stitches here, just to close it up a little bit better. So I make 1 here. It's so difficult to see when I don't have the, yeah, okay, let's make 1 here. That's 1, and the other one here on the other side. That's 2, and now tighten it really nice, very tight, and then we go through all 3 of them, right? And we're going to do 1 stitch more just so we see how it's, usually I just check how it looks here. Just continue 1 stitch into each, like so, and just make sure that it's looking nice and neat. We always have this little bit of white there, but that's life. But it is neat to have this 1 stitch here to sort of close it up. I'm gonna try to do it better in my hands without the camera in between. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, yeah, so I moved it 1 stitch down here and went sort of into the white that I was trying to hide it a bit better. I mean, this is just you know, again, no one right way. Just find a hole that works for you, that makes it a neat finish. I'm sorry that I'm no more help than that, but really just you try to do it as neat as you can. And now here I have almost then covered this pesky little white bit there. And we just continue and do. You can also just, you don't have to do the 2 together here. You can just do 1 on each side and just take care to make it nice and tight. Okay. So 1 into each stitch. On we go. We've almost finished. And as you can see, this is such a lovely little project. Don't worry, I am working on a big blanket, crazy Christmas blanket design as well. But I'm a bit obsessed with all these little quick warm gift ideas at the moment, I will admit. Okay, once we get close to here, well, I can just work over the tail over in that direction. It's so small there. And just continue here. I usually do 1 here and just, it's just 1 into each and every row. And when you get up to here, I mean, I never count these, and I never I just, you know, try to make it look neat. Here you can go into the, like so. This looks about right. And now we're going to work over a little tail here. So that's 1. Oops, sorry. Okay, and now we're almost finished here. So I'm gonna do one more here, and then in lieu of the last stitch, well, I can make one here, and then we're gonna do, we got the yarn, and we're gonna do the invisible join here over the first chain stitch we did. Okay, let our needle, I'm gonna go over this one and go into the, under the 2 loops of the first single crochet we did, pull it through, not too tightly because otherwise our little invisible stitch will disappear. And then we go back into the middle of the last single crochet we did, and we're just gonna weave in our end here at the same time, because with the wool you don't really have to do so much of weaving because it just sort of felts with the rest of them. It's just long threads. Where is our stitch? Yeah, it's a bit small maybe, but it's fine. And voila! We're finished. Cut this tail. Cut this tail. And did I have one tail here as well that I was working over? No, I worked over it until the end apparently. And that's it. We're all done. The Hygge slipper. What is this here? Tail here sticking out. Like so. Isn't it nice? This yarn was actually a bit thicker than this here, so it's actually, but it's also the angle of the camera. Yeah, but it's too close like this. So there you go, your little Hygge slipper. And then later in the video I'm going to put, now I've already filmed when I was felting, and how to put the leather on the soles, and then I'll do a little video later, just an extra how to do the embroidery, the cross stitches. I'll do that soon, but you don't really have to do them if you don't want to. You can do all kinds of embroidery in this. You can make them striped, what have you, but these are such a warm, beautiful little gift, and these are for me. I think I'm gonna add a pink heart to it and some nice leather. Oh, let's go, go forth and conquer and make some Hygge slippers for everyone you know and love for the holidays. Whoop, whoop. We're on a mission here, people. Okay, so what we have here are my Hygge slippers I made for my little niece. This heart was the first one I did, didn't turn out so great. This one turned out very nicely, the cross stitching. So I just want to show you quickly how I put the leather soles on my slippers. Okay, so I'm actually very fortunate in the sense that we have my grandfather had a furniture company. So we have a furniture company in my family. So I would get these scraps of leather, just like the small pieces they can't use, and I have loads of these actually in my basement because they gave this to me always. So, but I suppose you could get leather either thrifting it or at the craft stores. Okay, so we're gonna take the leather and just fold it out. I've decided on this dark brown here because I want to use pink to fasten it on. And so we want to use the lines that we already have ready. And this is not, exact. So just take your slipper and try and sort of put it the way you want it to be, like so. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put it here. And you see I'm gonna use the lines that I can. Put it right up to here, like so. Okay, and then I'm just gonna trace it. I have a pencil. And I'm going to use these lines here, and then we're going to trace like so. Does it, maybe you can't see it very well, but I can. So just whatever you can to trace it, and just trace all along your slipper. You could pin this down, I suppose, but, and here at the end, okay, like so. Then I will just fix sort of the shape with when I'm cutting it, and I'll just trace one and then I'll do the other one the same. Okay, I have my beautiful scissors here. One of my favorite tools. And now we're just gonna cut according to our little trace here. It's very good to have good scissors when you do this, obviously. Well, that is always just good. Okay, like so. As you can see, I'm sort of a little bit maybe freehanding this here, but I just cut it up and then I try to, okay, like so. And here, am I inside that? Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then to get them to be even, it's nice to do it like this. Just fold it in half and cut both the sides here at the same time. That way it's even. I didn't do that at the toe, I should have. Okay. As you can see, it's definitely not perfect still. It has like a little bump here and I'll need to see how it fits. Okay, so I want to have it a little bit, maybe a tad smaller, especially here at the back. Okay, I'm gonna sit down. So you sort of have to freehand a bit here as well. Just try to get a nice line and a swing to it, but in the end this is handmade and we are not shying away from that fact. That just makes it all the better. Okay, and maybe I will actually do my little trick here at the toe as well. Just fold it together in the center, and you see one toe there is a bit, so just gonna even that out. And I actually did want it just a tad smaller, so I'm just gonna take a bit off the toe there. And now the toe here is even, but I did get a bit of, it is important to get a good shape on these because they are like a prominent feature, you could say. Okay, I think this is a pretty good shape we've got here. And so I'm gonna test it again to see, I mean, as you can see, there's not really one right way to do this. This is just a bit fiddly, and I just sort of make it work. So this looks rather good. I think I'm gonna take a bit off from the sides. Just a tad here at the back, or what? Let us see. Yeah, we need to take a bit off at the side because otherwise it will be like coming up the sides. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay. This looks good. Sorry for the noise upstairs. My son has, it's winter vacation here, so my son has like 3 or 4 friends over. School is out. Okay, this looks great, you see? And so I'm just gonna do the other one the same, cut it out, and then I'm gonna show you how we sew it on. It's really easy, and it really does make a lot of difference. It makes it so proper and such a beautiful, nice finished gift when you add the leather to the sew. Okay, so once you have cut your leather, then you will need scissors and a needle and some good thread. I'm using linen here. I would use linen or cotton or something that is a bit sturdy, not wool or anything like that. And then what I do have here is a hole maker. I know it's really frustrating when you're watching videos and people have all kinds of gadgets that you do not have at home. Let me just tell you, I made these for many, many years, made dozens of them and never had this. I actually just got this in a thrift store recently, but it does make it a lot easier. You can go through with a needle, but it is just a lot of pain. So you just have to go through and really like, so it's good to have a needle that is very sharp and that is has a small eye. So you can do it like that, but since I do have this wonderful gadget, I am obviously going to use that. So I'm going to show you how I do it. And this is the way it turns out then when you sew it on. He was a bit wobbly here when I was starting first with the hole cutter. It wasn't working very well, but I think it's quite neat here. Okay, so we're gonna do the other one together. So you just start by making holes all around the outer edge of your piece. You want to have a little bit here in between. You don't want it to be too close. You see, I've made 2 here, so you don't want it to be too close to the border or to the outer edge, but you also don't want it to be, and just try to make it like, and this is quite, just try and make it you know, as even as you can and not too far away from the border, but obviously not too close to it either. And you just go like this the whole way around. Even with these, it is a lot of work, but we are not in a hurry because we're making a beautiful handmade gift. These little slippers here are for my niece for Christmas. Hopefully I'll manage to make it for the whole family of my sister, for her and her husband and her kids. And then you just continue this same way around the edge like this, okay? Continue the same way, and then when you finish, you want to take out all your nubbins. Like so. So you get these little holes. I'm going to continue and do the whole way around, and then we'll sew it on. Okay, so I've made and punched the holes here whole way through. And yes, what I forgot to say is that you do need a couple of pins as well. Okay, so how was this? Just like this. So we put it here on. Take care to have it here at the tip of the toe. And I'm just going to put 2 pins in it here just to hold it in place while I sew it on. Okay. And just take care to like so it's not like how do you say, rippling it. And another pin here on the other side. Like so. And you take your yarn or your thread. Now, actually with these here, I know I'm not supposed to have too long of thread, but with these here, when I have the holes punched in, then it's okay to just use one long thread really. But if you do not, then it's better to use more threads and have them shorter always, because it will wear and tear on your thread more if you're always going through the leather. Okay, so I like to start just, maybe it doesn't really matter where, and we start by just threading the needle, and again have a small one, and we're just gonna take it here through and put it, come up, okay, like so, here on top of one of the holes or where you're going to start. Just leave a bit of thread here so that we can weave that in later. And then we're gonna, I have no idea what this is called in English, this stitch. Then we're just going to go into the leather here and take a bit of the slipper width, put the thread here behind the needle and come up. Okay. And we do this again and again. Into the leather. It's okay to come up a bit here on the, further up on the slipper. Put the yarn, the thread behind the needle and come up. And this gives us, oops, this here, you see? And now we just continue and do this the whole way around. This is actually quite fun when you have the holes punched in. If you do not, whoops, if this happens, I just forgot to put it behind my needle, then you just put your needle like so. Whoopa, and then it straightens right out. If you do not have the holes punched in, this is a bit of a pain. I remember I would use a cutting board to like keep below the needle so that I could use it to push it through, so I didn't have to use my hands because it was quite difficult on the hand to push through. Or of course you could have a thimble. Okay, so into the leather. Take care to take a good chunk of the crocheted fabric as well. And then we put the yarn behind the needle like so and come up. Okay, and just on and on we go. Like so. And as you can see, I think this is, you know, a fair amount. I think it's maybe, what is this, like 1/2 centimeter in between. I think that is very nice. But you can make it tighter as you please. Oh no, it's, what is it like? Hygge. Yes, like this. The only thing you have to really take care is that you have it fastened on both ends so that the slipper is not like rippling inside. Like you have to have the same tension of the leather and the sole of the slipper, obviously. So we just continue like this. And I'll catch up with you, oops, when I am at the other end, so I can show you how to finish it up. Got a knot here. That's what I get for a lazy woman's tail here. Okay, and you continue like this the whole way. And just always take care to see that it's stretching nicely and that it fits nicely on the way. Okay, so even if I did have a long tail, it's not enough for the whole round here, so I'm just gonna leave this one here. I just did the last stitch normal, just like I've showed you, and get a little bit of a new tail here and thread it. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same. Just come up here and we're gonna come up at the same spot that our last tail came up here. Oops, it's a bit out of focus. Okay, and just leave a bit of tail here again. Oops, like so, and then we can just continue. It's just a few more stitches here. it really is a delight to stitch this when I have the holes done. It's not such a delight to punch the holes though, I must admit. But well worth it to get a nice neat finish. It does really look nice when you have the little holes there, I think. Looks very proper and professional finish, which we like. Okay, I'm just gonna take the pins out now because it's already fastened. And just like I said, always just take care that it's the same sort of tension, that it lays flat here with the sole of the slipper. Just a few more stitches. And always just tuck it in nicely so that you have a nice line here at the border, at the edge of the leather. Oh, I forgot to say earlier, like obviously you can use other stuff as well. You can use faux leather if you don't like to use animal products, and maybe that is actually cheaper, or no, well, definitely cheaper. And then also it's probably easier to sew through. So there's an idea. I have all this leather here at my disposal that are scraps, so I will continue to use that. But that's another idea. Okay, so just one stitch left here. Remember, we came up here. So I'm going to come up here like so. And then the last stitch to fasten this, I'm going to take it into this direction and just go down here and inside the slipper. Like so. Oh, it's a bit... Yeah, it's not quite perfect here, but it's okay. And now I'm going to turn these slippers inside out. Okay, and so where's my needle? It's here. Okay, and this is the tail where we started, and this is the one where we finished, and I'm just going to tie a double knot there and hide the tails. Okay, and do that nice and tight from the inside, and then it should be quite secure. I'm going to do the triple. Okay, and then you just take your thread and hide it here inside the fabric and beneath the leather sole. Okay, just like this. Doesn't have to be much. Snap, and then the tail will go under the sole, like in between the slipper and the leather bit, and do the same with this here. Like so. And since we have another couple of tails, we are going to do the same with those. Where are they? Here is one, and the other one was from the inside. So we just finish that up the same way. Oops. Here it is. We're just going to take it out to the other side. Just like so. And then, oh, they should be a bit closer together. Just move it here so that it's at the, just next by the other one, and then we can tie our knot here just to secure it a little bit more. Okay, and then take this and go like this, hiding the tails really under the leather sole where we just fastened on. Okay, there we go. See, this is the inside of my cross stitching there. And then you turn it inside out. voila! It looks great. Really neat. This one looks better than the other one, actually. This one was a bit wobbly here at one point, but I think they both look quite nice. You see? And this really does give the slippers a more proper look, you see? And just really also they last for years like this. And they're quite comfy still. I mean, they're not hard at all because the leather is just like a fabric, so they're not, you know, stiff or anything. So they're quite as comfortable as, if not, but they last for way longer and just look way more proper. And I don't know, I really like these. So there you go. Before I say goodbye, I just want to show you, actually my niece came for a visit here in between takes, and these were way too small for her, which is not very nice. But so what I did is I made a little, whoops, I just had her stand on my book and just traced her feet there. So you can do that if you're going to do this for your grandkids or for your nieces or nephews or somebody that doesn't live with you. Then you can do this, trace their foot like this, and then you can see, and obviously as you can see here, whoops, this is way too small. So I will have to find another little girl to give this to. That would be a problem, I think. But yeah, this is a good trick here. And then now I have her size of feet here, and then I can make her a pair as well for Christmas. Okay, I hope you like this. We're looking forward to seeing your Hygge slippers pop up in my feed. Oh, let's go to Lou. Okay, so I made a pair of Hygge slippers from a friend, and they actually turned out quite big. I do love the color and the details here with the cross stitching and slightly different tones here, but they're too big. So I'm going to try and felt them. I'm quite nervous. I do love felting, but it's always a bit unpredictable, especially when you do it in a machine. So, and I need them to go down quite a few sizes. So I'm gonna take quite a few towels and jeans and put them in, and I'll show you how it goes. Wish me luck. Okay, so it's the moment of truth. They have come out of felting. I put them on 60 degrees and put like a couple of jeans and like 3 big towels in there because you need something to create the friction. And these actually turned out quite nice, I think. I mean, you can still really visibly see that it's cross stitching, but if you like, it's very smooth. Everything is like, so, but I just took them out. So now what I have to do is just to sort of form them a bit because they are wet still. And while they are wet, they are very, you know, you can easily form them. And I'm pretty sure that they shrunk quite a bit. Okay, so it's a bit difficult to get embroidery heart to be in the middle because in their nature, the stitches sort of go leaning to one way in crochet because they're not quite on top of each other. They're more like next to each other. So you kind of have to, you know, fiddle a bit with that. I could, well, you know, I think this is quite neat. I mean, it's hand done. But these are so cute. And you can see there's a lot of difference in the texture. Or at least I can see it. Yeah, I think you can see it on the camera as well. And these are just a lot thicker now and sort of smoother and a bit hairier too. There are more hairs sticking out than from these. But so they're just really thick now and just beautiful. I think they will now fit very nicely for my friend. It's her birthday in a couple of days. My best friend. So I made these for her. And then I made with the leftover, I made her these handless gloves to go with it. But yeah, I think it worked out quite well. I'm going to fix up the other one. And then next up, I'm going to let them dry overnight. And then tomorrow, I will put the leather soles on them. So that will be lovely. Yeah. Oh, they're really nice. Sort of, you can manipulate them quite a bit.
at this stage and just make sure that they're, and like, I'd rather want them smaller than bigger, really, because they turned out way too big. Okay, yes. Well, this heart is a bit, yeah, okay, so I'm going to continue OCDing a bit over this, but you get the drift. This is totally, I can recommend it, but I take no responsibility, because I was very nervous. I didn't know how this was going to turn out, so it's a risk always, but it is a really nice touch, because now they're more just like, it's just like one piece, sort of. It's the cross stitching has sort of gone in to the wool. It's just a part of the fabric now, because I did it with unspun wool. So yeah, I really love these. I hope Edith will as well. Well, I'm sure she will. I gave her a pair of these, but like before the boys were born, like 16 years ago. So I'm gonna make this pair is for her now again. Okay, I'll get back with you. No, yeah, I'll probably show you some of this later. But yeah, toodaloo. This was fun.